Hello soulmates, welcome back again to the channel. Today my name is Jenny. So today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys on how to draft this princess that bustier blouse that has a sweetheart neckline and a yoke. A lot of you have been requesting for this tutorial, so if this sounds like what you're interested to learn, don't forget to hit on the subscribe button, like and share this video, and also do well to support my other channel, House of Chris Jenny. If you have not seen it, please go ahead and check it out. So without wasting your time, let's get into it. Welcome back again soulmates. So looking at the yoke area, you can see that it's not the regular Queen Anne yoke. It's a little bit tricky. Let's just go ahead and draft out the pattern. The first thing to do is to place the half of your shoulder measurement. Mine is 7.5. Then I'm going to come down by ½ inch for shoulder slope. From that shoulder slope, I came down by my armhole length, which is your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So placing my tape directly on the starting line, which is the shoulder line, I marked my bust point 10 inches, under bust 13 inches, my half length 16.5 inches, and the rest of the part is going to serve as the blouse length. Okay, then after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to connect the points together like so to give us a straight line. I'm going to place the half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5, then also place the quarter of my bust measurement, which is 9 inches. So my bust is 36 divided by 4. I have 9 inches. Okay, then after doing that, I'm also going to connect the armhole length like this. So go ahead and connect the armhole length. After connecting the armhole length, I'm going to divide the armhole part into 2 to get the midpoint. Then from that midpoint, go in by ½ inch. After going in by ½ inch, I'm also going to connect my armhole curve like this, okay, using my pattern master. So after doing that, I'm going to also place 3 inches for my neck width, and I'm going to connect from the neck width all the way to the shoulder slope like so. Coming to the blouse length, I'm going to place the half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is my bust span, which is 3.5. I'm going to place it there and also place it on my bust point line. So I'm going to just connect the points together like so. Okay, coming to the under bust line, so let me just go ahead and label this out so that it will not be confusing for us all. The next thing I'm going to do now is to come over to the under bust line. Because my bust is 36, I'm going to be using the dart of 2.5 inches. You can use 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to place 1 inch towards the center front, then 1.5 inches towards the sides. You can actually share it equally if you want. Okay, I will also place it on the blouse length area towards the center front, like I said, 1 inch, towards the side 1.5 inches. Then I will connect the points together. So I'm connecting from the blouse length all the way to the under bust line like so. So after doing that, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. You can come down by 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to just connect with a curve from the bust points area to the under bust. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to connect with curves from the bust point to the under bust. Then when I wanted to highlight this with my marker actually floated. Okay, so I decided to use another marker. The next thing we are going to do now is to determine the upper chest line. Okay, so you can actually place your tape like this from the shoulder to mark 7 inches or the upper chest line you want. But for me, what I normally do is to measure what I have from my bust point line to my under bust, which is 3 inches. Then I'm going to place that 3 inches on the bust point line like this. I have 1 inch at this part. Okay, so 1 inch as my upper chest line, but I'm going to make use of 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be adding ½ inch to it, making 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to just rule this with a straight line like so. Towards the armhole area part, I'm going to come down by ½ inch, then come down by ½ inch again. So I'm trying to create my dart from the upper chest line, you can see. So I marked ½ inch in 2 places. Okay, then after doing that, I'm going to connect the ½ inch at the middle first. Then I'm going to connect it like this with a slant curve. Then I'm going to connect the other ½ inch, which is the lower one. I'm going to also connect this with a curve. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Then after doing that also, I'm going to alight this upper part. You can see how we created the dart at this part. To avoid shortage at the armhole area, what you are going to do is to go out by 1 inch towards the lower part of the dart leg, and I'm going to reshape the armhole curve like this. Okay, so this is going to be the new armhole. We are not going to be using the previous armhole area. Okay, so this is what we are having, guys. Like I said earlier, get your upper chest line. Okay, so if I place my tape like this, that means my upper chest line is 6.5 inches. So you can use 7 inches if you want. Then you go ahead and get your dart and do the same we did right here, okay, towards the armhole area. I'm going to divide my under bust measurement by 4. What I have is 7.5. Then I'm going to replace this dart inches we have here, this 2.5 inches dart. So coming to the waist area, we are going to actually snatch our waist because we are using a zipper, except if you are using like a panel, like a corset panel and eyelet inside the blouse before you add up the zipper. I don't know if you understand. So you can actually take out 2 inches from your waist area. But if you are using just your zipper, just go ahead and take out 1 inch from your waist measurements. My waist measurement is 30 inches, so I'm going to subtract 1 inch, so I have 29 inches. I will divide it by 4. Then I'm going to place it here. I have 7.25. Then I'm going to also replace the darts I have here. Coming to the hip area also, I'm going to divide my hip by 4, place it there, and also replace the dart intake. So after doing that, I will go ahead now and connect all the points together. The next thing I'm going to do now is to come over to the side of the blouse length. I'm going to go up by 2 inches. This depends on the actual shape you want to get. So for me, I'm actually following the style we have as the thumbnail. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to fold in my darts. So go ahead and fold in your dart like this. Okay, then you can connect it all the way to the center front. But for me, I want to have a little space towards the center front, so I went in by 0.75, connect it just like this. You can see, just connect from that 0.75 all the way to the side. The next thing I'm going to do now is to alight this with my marker for you guys to see it clearly. So if there's any question, you can also lay it on the comment section. Okay, any part you don't understand, let me know on the comment section. So we are here to learn. Okay, we are almost done with the drafting of the front. The next thing now we are going to do is to get the yoke area, and I know that is what most of you have been waiting for. So to get the yoke area, what I'm going to do now is to go in by my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5. From that 3.5 inches, I went in by 0.75. So you can go in by 1 inch or half inch. Okay, so it depends on what you want. You can see what I'm doing. If you don't understand, just watch what I'm doing. Then I'm going to just connect it all the way like this with a curve, a slant curve to the neck width. I was not satisfied with what I was having, so I decided to reconnect it back again with my curve. So you can see now, I think I like the shape I'm having. So this is what we are going to be working with. I will just go ahead now and alight the yoke area. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the sweetheart neck area. Now this also depends on your preference. You can go ahead and make the sweetheart area to be lower. So for me, I came down by 2 inches from the upper chest line. Okay, so that means from my normal chest area, that is the first chest area, I came down by half inch. Okay, so I don't know if you understand. Just from the upper chest line, just come down by how low you want the sweetheart area to be. Then you connect it like this. You can see, just connect it this way, and that is it. Then I'll just go ahead and alight this with my marker. Okay, so that we can know the part where we can actually cut out that will not be needed. Okay, you can see how the yoke area is looking. It's not that straight like the normal Queen Anne neckline we normally draw. So this is like a different one entirely. Go ahead and add your stitching allowance at the side, add it at the part where you know we are going to be joining. Okay, so we are going to be adding our stitching allowance all around like this. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut this out. Watch the way I'm cutting it out so that you'll be able to cut yours properly. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we are having. So I folded my paper into two, and that is why I have two side fronts. Okay, so that is it for the front, and this is how it's looking when I open it up. Okay, so you're just going to stitch up these parts. Go ahead and stitch it up. Make sure to add your stitching allowance at the top. Make sure to add your stitching allowance at the bottom part and also the sides. Okay, and at the dart area where we are going to be joining the center front to the side front. I hope you understand. To know the parts to place your yoke, don't forget, from the center front, measure out your bust span. Then I'm going to go in by 0.75. so just remember, whatsoever you do on your pattern, you are going to do the same to your main fabric. So coming to the back area, I'm going to place the half of my shoulder measurements at this part, which is 7.5. Come down by ½ inch for shoulder slope. Okay, so this is just like drafting out the main bodies. Then I'm going to come down by 7.5 inches for my armhole length. Placing my tape at the starting line, I came down by 16.5 inches for my waist area, which is my half length. Okay, I'm also going to mark the same thing towards this part, like so, to have a straight line. So after doing that, I'm also going to connect the points together like this. Coming to the chest line, I'm going to place the quarter of my bust measurement, which is 9. Then I'm also going to place the half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. Then I'm going to connect my armhole length like so. Then for the neck width, I'm also going to maintain the 3 inches for my neck width. But for the neck depth of the back, I'm going to mark 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to connect my shoulder slope this way. You can see the way I'm doing it. And also don't forget to connect your neckline. Okay, so don't forget to connect your neckline. Going to be connecting my neckline using this curve part of my pattern master. So after doing that, I will just go over to the armhole area and place my pattern master like this to get the armhole curve. Don't forget we took out 1 inch from our waist measurement. Okay, then when I divided mine, I got 7.25. don't forget to place it also at the back pattern. Then I'm going to place 1 inch, which we are going to use for the dart. The back is going to have a dart. Coming over to the top length, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4, place it there like so, and I'm going to connect the points together. Then I'm going to place my bust span measurements on the lines like this. The 3.5 inches for the half of my nipple to nipple measurement is what I'm placing on the lines. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to mark ½ inch at both sides of this line towards the waistline. Okay, so I'm just going to mark ½ inch at both sides. Then I will come down by 1 inch from the chest line like this so that we can get our dart. Then for the length of the dart, I want it to stop at 4 inches before the top length. Okay, so I measure 4 inches from my waistline, and that is where the dart is going to stop. Then I'm going to just connect my dart like so. To take out the zipper bulge, I'm going to go in by ½ inch on the waistline like this towards the center back. Go in by ½ inch like so. Then I'm going to connect. So before connecting this, I want the center back of my blouse to be lower. Okay, so I'm going to come down by 1 inch from my chest line towards the center back, and I'm going to just connect it back all the way to the armhole area like so with a curve. So you can leave yours slanted or any way you want it to be. So for me, I want it to be curvy. Okay, so after doing that, this is what we are having. Now I'm going to connect that ½ inch I took out for the zipper bulge. I'm going to connect it back now like this with slant line all the way to the new chest line, and also towards the bottom part, just like this. So just watch what I'm doing, okay? This is just to remove the zipper bulge. Then after doing that also, I'm going to shorten the center back of my blouse to also take out zipper bulge, okay? So this is very, very important. So after doing that, now I'm going to close up the dart. So before closing it up, let me cut out this part, this excess we have at this area, okay? So after cutting it out, this is what we are having now. So I'll just go ahead and open up one leg of the dart area like this. You can see, then I'm going to use it to close it up with my sellotape. Okay, so I'm going to use my sellotape to close it up. So after closing it up, this is how it's looking. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut out the sides like this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut out the sides. After cutting it out, this is it. The next thing is to get the shape we want for the yoke area. So according to the style we are following, if you watch the video very well, you can see that the yoke is really exposed at the back. So that is what we are going to be emulating. Okay, so I'm going to just take my pencil to get the shape I want like this. Okay, so let's just go ahead and shape out the yoke area. Okay, so when I'm satisfied with the shape I want for the back, I'm going to go ahead and alight it with my marker. Okay, so just go ahead and alight it with your marker, and after alighting it, you can see how the yoke is. So if you are using this particular yoke, that means your back is going to be exposed. Okay, go up by 2 inches, okay, so that we can get the shape we want for the back. Then towards the center back also, I went up by 1 inch. Okay, so just get any shape you also want for the back. So make sure the sides of your back and your front are the same, but for the center back you can actually make it shorter, so it depends on what you want. Then I'm going to also reshape it like the way I did for the front, and this is the shape. Then I will cut it out. So guys, if you want to use this yoke, you can go ahead and make use of the yoke, but for me it's too exposed, so I'm going to use this to cut out the yoke I want. So you can see the yoke now I have, and this is the yoke I want from the back of my dress. It's a simple yoke. So what I did is to go in by 1 inch from the center back, then we connected it back to the neck width, and that is it. So that is the yoke I want because it's a little bit covered. Okay, so this particular yoke on this Yudabasi dress is really exposed, and I don't want it. Okay, so if you want it, you can go ahead and make use of it. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is to get the zipper allowance. Then I'm going to place a fresh paper underneath like this, and I'm going to hold it with my sellotape. So after holding it down, now I'm going to mark 1.5 inches from that my new chest line. Now I'm going to mark 1.5 inches. You can make use of 2 inches for your zipper. Okay, then I'm going to also mark it on the waistline area and also on the top length. Then after doing that, connect the points together like so. Okay, so after connecting it, you can see what we are having. Then to hold down the 2 yoke you are going to have at the back, you need to add like a bra hook at that part. Okay, so you are going to add a bra hook at that part to hold down the both yoke towards your neck area. I hope you understand. Okay, then I'll just go ahead now and cut out the pattern. I hope the drafting of this style was not difficult for you guys. Okay, I hope it was easy. Okay, because I took it step by step, and I hope you understand. If there's any question, lay it on the comment section, okay, so that I can attend to it. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what it's looking. We have the yoke and we have the bodies for the back, and you can see how the zipper area is. So when you align the side of the back and the front, you can see that they actually match up together. Okay, so don't forget to add your sewing allowance when cutting this on your fabric. It's very easy. It's just like the normal way you sew your bustier. That is how to sew this down. Okay, so you stitch up your bustier first, then you add your yoke. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, don't forget to like, share and comment on the comment section, okay? And also don't forget to subscribe. So if you're interested to see the jumpsuit we are going to be having for our next tutorial, stick around to this channel. Bye bye.